So Aretha and I are here to do a little Black Friday Record Store Day video. Um, wasn't expecting to do a whole lot. The list didn't look that great to me. There were things in the spring that I thought, man, I want that. The list this time around, there was some great blues stuff, some jazz stuff, some of the stuff I wasn't aware of, but still, not really looking to do that. It's Black Friday for me is more I'm trying to take advantage of the sales that are occurring online at places like Scott's, No Life to Metal, Rocks Records, Christian Metal Distro, Girder Records. I'm doing that kind of stuff. So I didn't think I'd pick up much. Now I did want to go to Target. Target was running an ad that said vinyl at starting at $15. Now I focused in on the 15. I should have paid more attention to the starting at because that's where Target, the filthy liars, like to get you. I, Not lying so much as misleading. So I get there and I'm picking up stuff. Got my movies, and I'm trying to figure out where the vinyl is because I go back to the electronics section and there's a few titles out, nothing on sale. I mean, it's you know a double. There was a double disc Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon pressing, and it's like 35-40 bucks. And this isn't what I'm looking at. There was one title in particular, and I got it, but it wasn't. I had to talk them down. All right, so I couldn't find it in that area, so I get the electronics guy. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's in this area, area L." So I go find to the front of the store where he said area L was. Can't find it. Ask a lady. It's like, well, no. Did you try electronics? Yeah, I tried electronics. That's where I came from. Well, that's where it should be. I said, but it says area L. Where is the area L? It says it on your all's because he showed it to me on your sale, your copy of the sale pages that you're carrying around right there. So she looked, she said, I don't know where this L is. Well, can we get on the horn and find somebody who knows where L is? And then finally she figured out, oh, maybe it's close to, they have this odd little rock section over by the women's department. So we went over in that direction, and it wasn't quite there, but it was close by. We found the records. Starting at 15, I said, look at this. There's no $15 records here. So I took two up front. I took the one I got and Prince Purple Rain. And they're both 25-30 bucks. But I'm not really wanting to pay that. So, I complained. I said, look, you don't have any records back there for 15. The closest you have is Al Green's Greatest Hits at 18. What's the deal? And I know what the deal is. The deal is Target wants to mislead you. We'll say we've got them starting at 15, but we're going to put them out there and then people will pick them up anyway because they're here. So the one I did get, she let me have one for 15, but she wasn't going to let me have the Prince Purple Rain for 15. So I said, keep it. This is what I got. Classic. This is the only Guns N' Roses vinyl I have. I doubt will chase the others. This is my favorite of their albums. Um, but yeah, it was ringing up for 25, but the manager let me have it for 15. So I'll give her that much credit. But shame on Target. If you're gonna advertise vinyl for 15 bucks, have a few titles in there for 15 bucks. Have one title in there for 15 bucks. Shame, Target. Okay, so got regular credits. I'm not flipping this over because we all know what the uncensored. Don't look, Aretha. You're just a kitten. You don't need to be seeing this stuff. All right, so it's on red vinyl, just regular Giffen label. Come on, that's the other thing. Couldn't we get a custom, an Appetite for Destruction custom centering? Is that too much to ask? All right, so that's Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses. And that, I thought, was going to be my big outside purchase. But when I went to the Great Escape the next day, and I came home, I fell asleep on the couch because I'm old. That's what I do. Woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning thinking, I should have set an alarm so I could been there at 12. Hopefully they haven't sold out. So I went straight to Scott's No Life Till Metal site, made an order there, went to Christian Metal Distro, made an order there. That one was a little smaller. I did most of my damage at Scott's site. And then Girder had a great sale, like $4, $4.50 for a lot of their stuff, and then no shipping after $20. So I picked up a few things there, and I thought that's it. And thought I'll go to the Great Escape tomorrow after. I'm not getting up for record store day. I go there. I left at 11 a.m. But they had some record store day stuff left over. I'll get to that in a minute. All right. So the next purchase I made was actually at Kroger the next morning. I did go in there to pick up a few groceries. When I come through, they had this bin of DVDs. I don't normally buy a whole lot of DVDs. Don't you start chewing or licking on nothing. How about that? Okay. So, anyway, I picked up this. It's Nashville Christmas. I wasn't going to pick it up, except there's Emmylou Harris, big fan. And then I got looking on the back, and you probably can't see it too well, but right there, Ashley Cleveland, who is a Christian rock artist, brilliant, love her. And so Emmylou and Ashley, yeah, sold. So that's a Nashville Christmas. Can't wait to pop that open and watch it. So then I went to Great Escape. I'm glad that, this is probably where maybe I should have a script, huh? They had a couple of crates up front with the leftovers, and I tried the. It was kind of like looking, but trying not to look too hard. There were some blues projects that I really wanted to. Get, but I thought no. Anyway, I'll show you the one. I got one item, and it was probably the one that would have been on the top of my list. Though Final Richie showed a great Herbie Hancock album. I'll put a link to his video. Go watch it. He had a great Herbie Hancock video or album, and if I had seen that one, it would have made my day a lot rougher than what it was already. I'm trying to make decisions. So, anyway, I got a lot of used stuff, and then I got one record store day at the Great Escape. What are you doing? You wanting to fight now? All right. So, I got a couple DVDs. Got Volunteer Jam with Charlie Daniels Band, which is supposed to be, well, at the top it says the first full-length Southern rock motion picture. Love Charlie Daniels. Also, one of the guests I'm a big fan of, quit. Aretha. Down here at my feet. All right. Drew Lombard, who is he was in the blues rock band Grinder Switch, and he was in Dr. Hector and the Groove Injectors. Yeah, he's passed since, but great guitarist. And so yeah, so I got that for like $3 because there was 20% off everything in the store. For about $8, I picked up this. This is a sealed copy of Pink Floyd Pulse. And according to the hype sticker, it's a 2-disc set, including the first film performance of The Dark Side of the Moon. Still sealed. All right, so then I went over to, I looked at some dollar records, picked up Larry Carlton. A lot of times he's like jazz fusion, sometimes blues. He does some different stuff. Knew a few of the players here. On bass, Abraham Laboriel, and on drums, Jeff Porcaro of Toto. Also, Polino DaCosta on percussion. Yeah, that's pretty much who I know. So I picked that up. Cover's pretty beat up, but we don't play the covers, do we? So the vinyl looks very, very good. So, and then I actually saw this one first, and knew I was going to pick it up just as soon as I saw the cover. It's Larry Carlton, Strikes Twice. First of all, that picture, that cover, how could you not? It was in the dollar bin and 20% off, so they were 80 cents a piece. That hair, the lightning in the back, that pose, yeah, that was coming home. Larry Carlton, Lightning Strikes Twice. I don't know the players on this one as well. Paulino DaCosta is on percussion again. But there's the band on the back. Larry Carlton. Picked up a couple Christmas albums. We're going genre-wise, we're all over the place today, if you haven't guessed. So it's Christmas. It's a compilation album. Has Mahalia Jackson on it, Barbra Streisand, Ray Conniff, Lynn Anderson. Mainly got it. Oh, Carol Burnett does the Christmas song. So Carol Burnett, couple of Mahalia Jackson tunes. I was sold. It's Christmas. Then we got The Joy of Christmas, featuring Marty Robbins and his friends. And his friends are, so Marty does 5 songs on the first side, and then his friends do 5 songs on the back. And the 5 songs, the 5 guests on the back side are Lynn Anderson, Ray Price, Tammy Wynette, the Chuck Wagon Gang, and Johnny Cash. So, very pleased to pick this up. Also out of the dollar bin, couldn't believe it. Petra, not of this world. Great album. This is okay. We got a Hyper Kitten. Great album. This one, it's on Star Song. Got I'm not sure which one, Compassion International insert. So, oh yeah, here we go. Original inner sleeve. So, anyway, I love this album. It has a great song on here. A bunch of great songs. Bema Seat, God Pleaser, Not by Sight, Not of This World. Great songs. My favorite on this album is probably Grave Robber. And, I haven't talked about this in a while, but about a month, I've been in the VC almost 2 years, maybe about a year and a half. So February of 2017, my mom was in the hospital for a surgery that we thought, rough, but hopefully help her out. And she took a turn for the worst, and after about a month, we she had surgery. 2 weeks in, she took a turn for the worse, and then about 2 weeks later, she died. And a lot of times, riding the bus from work to the hospital, I'd listen to Grave Robber, one of those songs. And I plan on doing some more get up and fight songs. That was a get up and fight song for me during that time. Grave Robber, great song. All right, and then I picked up this Molly Hatchet. Great cover. The Deed Is Done. Like some Southern rock. Love their covers. This was about $3. Original inner sleeve. On Epic Records. Yeah, very pleased to find some Molly Hatchet. Don't often see, I see these a lot, but they're usually beat up. So, very, very pleased to get that in that condition. Mason Prophet. This is Bareback Rider. Now, this is the band that I thought I had most of their stuff, but when I saw this, I grabbed it. I knew it was coming home. This is the band featuring John Michael Talbot and Terry Talbot. If you go back and want to see some of the solo stuff that they've done since leaving, well, Mason Prophet was their band. And when they, both converted to Christianity and started doing different things, so this band broke up. Anyway, so if you want to go look at my Russ and Tori Taft weekend, the Phonolux haul, and you'll see a ton of that stuff. And I've shown Mason Prophet on this channel a lot. Interesting gatefold. On Warner Brothers 73 recording. So very, very excited about that. And then finally, I was looking through the bins. Glad I didn't see that Herbie Hancock that Vinyl Richie showed. Saw some blues stuff and just tried to block it out and keep going because I knew I didn't really want to spend that much money. I found the one though that I knew would be my kryptonite. Joan Jett, Bad Reputation. This is movie from the original motion picture, so it's a soundtrack album. But she did, it's either her or Her and the Blackhearts or the Runaways on most of the songs, except for there's a song by Bikini Kill and another group called Fea, I guess. And then, of course, Joan Jett does one with Miley Cyrus and Laura Jane Grace. Don't know about that, but anyway, this was the one I couldn't pass up. I also was very tempted because I saw the Blown Justice EP, and I really wanted it, but it's against my religion to pay nearly $20 for an EP. I mean, come on now. Yellow vinyl. So it's kind of cool. But, yeah, Joan Jett. I have a hard time passing her stuff up. one of my favorite female rock artists, right up there with Pat Benatar. And that's my record store day. So I will conclude here because we went kind of long, but so hope everybody's had a great Thanksgiving. I hear my kitten getting wound up, so I'm going to go. So for me and for Jake and Aretha, hope you're doing well, and we will see you soon. I think I have a mail video coming up next. So see you soon.